Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, and today I'm going to be reviewing the second trilogy of comics for Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is The Search. So The Search basically just continues off where The Promise ended, and if you missed my review of that, you can click on that. It'll probably be in the end cards at the end of this video. So yeah, basically where we're going in this story, in The Search, is basically Zuko wants to find his mother, wants to find out what happened to his mother. The only person who really knows anything is Azula, so he brings Azula along, which is not the greatest idea he's ever had, but he also brings along Aang and Katara and Sokka. Toph is not in this story, so he has, a decent amount of backup in case Azula just lets loose and goes crazy, which she does several times. And yeah, one thing I'm starting to notice about these Avatar comics is that they're not that story heavy. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this should have been a bit better, maybe a bit more tightly written. It's basically, I feel like these comics are basically just, the characters go here, they say some things, they fight, that's it, conflict resolved. I didn't really get a lot of fun out of this, or not exactly fun, because here's the thing, is it's still good. I should just say that up front, this is still a good comic book. But I don't know. I feel like there is more in an episode of Avatar than there is in these comic books. And I think, now I know originally, I think these were supposed to be either another season of Avatar or a TV movie of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they didn't get the green light on that from Nickelodeon, so they just made comics instead. But I feel like there should be more story in here. There should be a bit more of a search, and I don't know, I just feel like it's strange, because I don't know, it's very weird to say, and it's a little hard to pinpoint, what is wrong with this, but okay, take Sokka. I don't think Sokka is that funny in this. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a comic book and as opposed to a cartoon. So a lot of the line delivery and timing and stuff is left up to me. So maybe it's my problem. And maybe the writing is okay, but I don't feel like Sokka was really given anything in this. He was just kind of there. And I think I almost feel like Aang is a bit too upbeat. And Katara is not. Pretty much all the characters just kind of seem to be out of place. They don't seem to be themselves. The closest person to really being themselves is Zuko and Azula, but at this point Azula is just crazy. She's probably the best part of the comic. Honestly, Aang, Katara, and Sokka don't really serve a purpose in this comic book. You really didn't need to bring them. Maybe you could get by with bringing Aang, because there is stuff with the spirit world, and he's, contacting the Mother of Faces and stuff. But on the whole, I don't think we needed the whole crew on this. And we didn't even get the whole crew. Toph is not in this at all. And neither is, Suki or anyone else. It's Zuko, Azula, Aang, Katara, and Sokka. I don't think you needed Katara and Sokka. They really did not serve a purpose to the plot. Aang kind of didn't serve a purpose, but he kind of did, so it's half and half. The story really should have just been focused on Zuko and Azula, which for the most part it is. But, I don't know, it's just, it's not great. Especially for how little we get in each part of the comic book. Because, as you know, I buy these in separate parts. I don't get the big, not a collection, basically, but a compilation, I guess. Basically, there are two different ways you can buy the comics. You can buy them each part separately or all three together in one big hardback book. I buy it in the 3 parts because that's cheaper, but I don't feel like I get a lot out of these. And maybe it's just these two, like The Promise and The Search, maybe they get better, and maybe like the writers were not very comfortable with this. Like they're gonna start to get their groove maybe in the next storyline, but I just don't think that there's a lot here. But they are still good, and I almost feel like once I get all the comics they've done, The Promise, The Search, The Rift, North and South, Smoke and Shadow, that's like 5, so that's 15 books. I feel like once I get all of those and I can just read through all of them, then maybe this would be worth something. Maybe or at least these will be better once I can just go through and read them all. But as of right now, it's just like, I mean, again, it is good, and it is interesting to see what happened to Zuko's mother. But I feel like we could have had more here, especially for everything there is. It's like, I almost feel like each part we only got a little bit of information. It's like, part one is just the search begins. They go off on the search. Nothing really happens. They kind of get close, and there's some stuff about Ursa's backstory revealed, but that's it. Part 2 is we're getting a little closer. You know, we pick up a few other things. It's not until the end of part 2 that we learn of the Mother of Faces, and she's vital to the story. She's, you know, a main character. She's a big plot point in the story, but she doesn't even appear until like the last panel of part 2. Part 3 is when we start getting pretty much everything we wanted, but even then, that's not a lot. The comic kind of ends with just, like, I feel like the comic ends, but it could have kept going, honestly. Because the comic basically ends with, alright, spoiler alert, kind of. We got Ursa back, and Zuko and Ursa are just, you know, they're talking about stuff. And I feel like we could have kept going from there. Maybe Ozai breaks out of prison and tries to kill them. Maybe Azula does something. Azula just escapes. I don't even know where she went. They didn't catch her. Like, I hope they can catch her again. Otherwise, that's a serious threat. And maybe in the other comics, like The Rift and other stuff like that, then we'll get Azula back and she'll be like a big threat again. But I don't know. I just feel like I needed a bit more in these comics. Maybe we needed a part 4. Maybe we just needed to put more things into the first 3 parts. But again, it's still good. I just want more, which I guess is a good thing. You know, leave them wanting more. But come on, I need more stuff with this, basically. So, yeah, that's kind of my opinion on The Search. It's just, it was good, but we needed more. And hopefully we will get more in the other comics. So, yeah, that is basically it. End cards are going to pop up right about now. You can click on those. One of those should be The Promise. And you can follow 7th Hour Films on Twitter at 7th Hour Films. Yeah, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.